We have a full moon partial lunar eclipse in Pisces when I'm recording this, and the energies are intense. If you are a Pisces or a water sign, you might be feeling these energies more intensely. Water is our emotions, and so you might be feeling many different emotions come up to the surface. Full moons are about revelations and things being exposed or revealed to us. And yes, that can be the external, in the world, situations and people around you. But ultimately, it's about revealing to us things about ourselves that we have suppressed, that we have ignored, that we have denied, that we have hidden. And this is about emotions. So, what emotions are within you that you haven't acknowledged or that you're not aware of? And why are those emotions there? Where does it come from? Where does it stem from? And with the revelation, it gives us the opportunity to release these energies, right? So that we can become more and more untethered from the past. All that emotional baggage, all that wounds, all the trauma, as we release it, which is an ongoing process, as we heal, we are able to embody more light. And for this time that we are in now, there's so much light that is being anchored into earth. So Gaia is anchoring in more light, but as more light comes in, more density, more darkness is displaced, and that starts within us, yes, in our external world, but it's within us especially. We have very little control over the external, and we need to realize that we have so much power to change what is within us, and then ultimately what is external will change, right? So let's see, what are the energies that we can pick up for this full moon? You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. We are in Virgo season. Virgo season is just about coming to an end, and we'll be moving into Libra season. So this might be a subconscious energy that you aren't aware of, or maybe you are aware of, but you haven't quite processed it. Feeling good enough, feeling worthy. This card has a lot of greed in it, and that's the heart chakra. So you might have physical symptoms around your heart, like actually feeling aches and pains within your heart space. Or your heart might be blocked off from previous experiences where you opened up your heart to someone, you cared about someone, you loved someone, whether that's romantic, platonic, and you got hurt, and so you put walls up. And I think the lesson here is that we tend to go to extremes, right? So if you got hurt in a certain situation, maybe that experience was meant to teach you to have healthy boundaries. And boundaries is about you more than it is about the other person. It's about, I'm willing to accept this, but I'm not willing to accept that. I'm willing to do this much, but I'm not willing to do more. And that can change. And it's about awareness in any given moment. What is the capacity? What is your capacity? How much do you have to give? And when do you need to receive? So then we tend to put up walls and keep love out. Like if you've been burnt with love, you'll say, I don't want a relationship, men are all bad, women are like this. And we tend to make these generalized statements, which is actually just a defense mechanism. It's just our psyche trying to protect us from getting hurt again. When you can say, okay, I did this in that relationship and this is what happened, and use that in a way that you don't apply to everyone and every circumstance, because there are people that will come into your experience to see if you've learned that lesson, and they will do the exact same thing, and you don't have to get defensive, you don't have to get guarded. And if you do, no judgment, we are all healing, it's a process. But if you now look at everyone through the same lens, you won't be able to see the genuine, authentic, loving, caring, kind people that come into your life that want to love you. And that ultimately, it deprives us of what we deserve. So you are good enough. That might be an emotional aspect that's being revealed to you. Let's see what other energies. So you might need to do some heart chakra work. Journal, acknowledge how you feel, express how you feel. Maybe just gauge what is your love languages, how do you show love, and are you open to receiving love? Are you an affectionate person, or because in your life everyone was always stoic, so you are always stoic and you don't express love? And you don't have to express love to everyone, but maybe maybe your children or your partner or your parents or your best friend. Maybe you can open up to that one person or those people and show physical affection in a way that you don't usually show physical affection. Let's see what else. Okay, this is a number 34 card, Faceless Ghosts and the Haunted Ghost People. So what things are still haunting you? Beyond your conscious awareness. This can be that you don't realize that you haven't pursued that career that you really want to be in, because the voices in your head are from people before you, around you, that used to say that, or believe that certain things aren't possible, that you can't be successful in this area, or doing that kind of work is really difficult, or a woman shouldn't do this. And this can be for a man as well. Like, what subconscious beliefs do you have that are the voices of someone else? Like, this is how a man should be, and this is how a man should act. Or even if it's not voices, like what you observed and you've taken on as a truth. Like, this is what a man is aggressive and assertive, and he can't be gentle, he can't be loving and compassionate. What old stories, what old ghosts are still haunting you from your past? This could even be things like something you did that you feel guilty about, or embarrassed about, or ashamed about. And you might need to, those things can be painful to say, I did that. And so we don't acknowledge it. It just stays in our mind, it stays in our body, in our energy field. Whereas you can maybe tell someone that you really trust, this is something that I did that I am not proud of. Or even if you tell nobody and you acknowledge to yourself that you're human, you made a mistake, and you forgive yourself, or you make amends in some way, even if that's saying an apology to someone. Even if you can't make amends with that specific person, just make peace with yourself within your heart and let it go. Rituals are really good ways to help us to release this. Maybe write it down on a piece of paper, what happened, and then process it, sit with the feelings, and then burn the piece of paper and set the intention that you are letting this go, and you are no longer going to walk around with the guilt and the shame or whatever emotions are attached to it. This is just some things that might be coming up for you with this full moon. This is a general reading, so take what resonates. Personal readings can be more specific, but I hope this helps.